Welcome. This training will explain how positive motivational self-talk can improve your disc golf putting and how to create and implement a plan to use motivational self-talk. There are two types of strategic self-talk, motivational and instructional. Motivational self-talk is meant to increase effort, energy expenditure, and improve confidence. Instructional self-talk triggers desired movement by correcting technique. This could be saying something like follow through to yourself before putting if you're working on that skill. This type of self-talk has been found to be more beneficial for beginners. If you think about how many times Paige Pierce has putted in her career, she may not benefit from a reminder of the movement. Putting is second nature to her, but for someone in his or her first or second season, they may find this helpful to reinforce a skill they are working on. We continuously talk to ourselves without planning it out. So Paige Pierce may give herself some instruction on putting, like a bit higher this time. And this is called automatic self-talk, but she probably wouldn't benefit from making this part of her plan. Motivational self-talk is a type of strategic self-talk, which means that it is planned out in advance. It is something you say to yourself either in your own mind or out loud. This should be positive in nature and encourage you to achieve a goal. Studies have shown that positive motivational self-talk increases focus, endurance capacity, and higher order cognitive functioning in the heat. Think disc selection or shot selection during a tournament in July. Motivational self-talk has also shown to decrease anxiety and time to exhaustion by 18%. When we're putting during competition, having more focus and less anxiety could make a difference in your overall round. Now, let's think about your current automatic self-talk to see if you can reinforce what you're using or if you should challenge it. Maybe have your plan go in a different direction because what you're currently doing is hurting your putting. What if you were lining up your putt and the last few holes ended like this for you? I want you to think about the statement that comes up for you the most in the scenario where you've missed several putts in a row. Try to narrow it down to one statement. Is this statement true? Often we talk to ourselves in extremes. An example would be, I never make putts at this distance. The truth may be different. The reality might be that you are not comfortable making putts at this distance, but you do make them on occasion. When we challenge our negative thoughts and replace them with realistic and truthful thoughts of a positive nature, we are creating the right energy we want to bring to our goal. What if you are lining up your putt and the last few holes ended like this instead? What is your self-talk when you line up your next putt? Are your statements positive in nature? Does your success or failure at putting make a difference in how you talk to yourself? Something you want to consider when making a plan for self-talk is to look at what is already working. Is there something that you already say to yourself that helps your confidence and focus? What type of energy do you have before you make the putts? We want to create that same energy with our plan. I want you to think about the statement that comes up for you the most in the scenario where you've made several successful putts that is positive in nature. Try to narrow it down to one statement. Does this statement bring the right energy to your goal? Let's create a plan for your self-talk. Start with your goal. Is it to stay calm when you're birdie putting because you're too excited about the idea of getting a birdie, so much so that it's negatively impacting your putting? Is it to increase your focus when you're three putting because you can feel yourself getting frustrated? Define your personal goal. Now we're going to take everything we talked about and create one phrase that will take you back to the energy of when you feel successful to help you achieve that goal. For some, that energy might be calm and focused. Others might look to pump themselves up before a putt. For me, I like the phrase, "I want this one." It helps me focus, and that determination reminds me to really commit to the putt. Use this time now to create a single phrase you can use. You know what you're going to say to yourself, so now you need to decide when to say it. I've identified a few triggers that you can use. You want to select a time that you'll use this phrase. You want to be as specific as possible. Maybe you're going to choose when you line up your putt. Be specific. That might look like, after I line up my foot behind my marker, I'll use my motivational self-talk phrase. Timing is important. Remember, you're trying to get yourself to a certain energy where you can find it the easiest to be successful at putting. When would a reminder of this energy be most helpful? It's important to celebrate your victory. Celebrate that you remembered to use the phrase and to celebrate when you make a putt. This could even be a small head nod. You just want to make sure you're keeping that same energy moving forward to the next hole. Let's do a quick review of your plan. Make sure the statement is specific to you. Have a plan of when you will use the statement and use it at that time often. Celebrate that you remembered to use the statement and when you make a putt. This will reinforce the habit. This is a skill, and just like any other, needs to be practiced. Practice as often as possible. Here are the references I used for this training.